Hi guys, it's Unknown. Hi guys, so I'm here to give you guys a movie review, which is called Teenagers Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm not talking about the old one. I'm talking about the 2014 Michael Bay movie. So I'll just make this I'll just make this as a 2014 film. I do believe it did came out to 2014. I have to double check to make sure. So anyways, I have to say, uh, before I really go into the space of this movie, one thing I really want to say is that the action-packed face of this first movie of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm not talking about the classes. I'm not talking about the classes. I'm talking about this new one with Michael Bay. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not really the best. It's not really the best Michael Bay film, basically of the worst. But a lot of people were saying that the movie sucks. The movie wasn't not really all that great and stuff like that. That it was the worst film that Michael Bay, excuse me, has ever made. I really don't believe that. I really don't. I don't want people to really think I'm on Michael Bay's side, but it's the movie was very good. It really was. It really was. I very impressed way how the movie really actually worked and stuff like that. And that's just something I really do love basically about this movie. Now the first thing I'm going to be talking with different characters throughout in the movie, and the first one I'm going to be talking about is known as Megan Fox, who plays as April O'Neil. April, if you guys don't know who's April O'Neil, she's a news kind of person. She does news, and she just is always like wanted to find wanted to find the big scoop basically of the century or something like that, so she can promote her story basically in the news, because you guys know how journalists people really actually do it, because when they're working on news like Fox, CNN, all those other websites, stuff like that, or networks or whatever it is, and stuff like that, they really want to see their story being promoted out there, or they just get like some kind of promotion basically to get paid when they're doing stuff like that. I mean, you even got a lot of people that really would love just to do it. Some people do journalism on YouTube and stuff like that. Sometimes they don't. They really don't, and stuff like that. I do respect April O'Neil's basic work and stuff like that. She comes become quite the liking of the persons by the turtles that really do like her, especially Mikey, which I want to get on the last one with him, because he's not one of my favorites, but Donatello is personally one of my favorites. I really do like Donatello because he's so smart and stuff like that. So yeah. Now let's talk about the other person based in this movie. Is basically the camera guy. He's the camera guy. You really don't see him really all that much based in the movie and stuff like that. He doesn't look like Casey at all. And one thing I really want to say is that how come they don't got Casey in this movie? Because they got like a news guy basically in this movie and stuff like that. And I was just like wondering, where is Casey? Where is Casey? Because he's the guy with the hockey mask. He has like the hockey stick. He has like a whole bunch of different toys that he loves with and stuff like that. But he never did show up basically for this movie, and so I mean, that's not really a good thing based for the movie. But it's not really that bad. But I'm open to some new ideas and stuff like that. Open to some new ideas. Now let's talk about Whoopi Goldberg. She's basically the boss of her, not say of her company, but the boss of the news station, means that she's in charge. I was quite shocked and surprised that Whoopi Goldberg played in this movie. They really didn't play her really all that much, basically in basically around the movie. And around the movie, I think what I didn't like about her basically in this movie, that she was kind of like being kind of a jerk, so like to April O'Neil, because like she didn't believe her because she thinks that April O'Neil was going crazy because of what she saw and stuff like that. And stuff like that. She did got kind of going crazy or something like that. But she wanted to, like I said before, she wanted her story to be promote on the news. But however, Whoopi Goldberg didn't want that. Didn't want that. She just didn't. You don't see Whoopi Goldberg being in action packed film. Sometimes she does, but sometimes she really doesn't. I'm quite shocked and surprised that she was basically in this film, because it really doesn't really add all that well, basically with her character, based on the movie. Now let's also talk about the turtles. Let's talk about the turtles. So the first turtle I want to talk about is Leonardo. Leonardo is basically the leader of his brothers or anything like that. And Splinter is basically when they gave him the swords, what the leader, basically being the leader of the ninjas, stuff like that. I don't think Leonardo is like pushing the issue like what just being the leader really most of the time. I don't think he really is like basically kind of like that. But I want to say that for some of the other turtles, they do listen to what he has to say and stuff like that. And basically Raphael is pretty much this basically stubborn guy. But so I'm just gonna talk about him next. But Raphael, like I said, for Raphael's basic kind of guy, he really doesn't want to listen, but he really wants to do his own thing and stuff like that because he's pretty much rivals, I would say, to Leonardo in such a way because they both bump heads and stuff. They don't hate each other, but they kind of tends to bump heads and stuff. And the reason why basically I'm saying that because that's just how Raphael really actually is. Raphael's not one of my favorites, but one thing I do like about Raphael that he's not afraid. He's not afraid what he will say. He's pretty much one of the strongest turtles basically in the movie and other probably would say other different shows that sometimes they handle his character as a comedic kind of person. I guess sometimes, but not really basically all of the time. Not basically all the time. Now let me talk about Donatello. Donatello, like I said before, he's one of my favorites. I know a lot of people don't like Donatello, but I love Donatello because the reason why I like him so much because he's always coming up with like new ideas and stuff like that. He's very smart. He knows what he's doing and stuff and basically and stuff. And just listen about what he says and stuff like that and stuff. It's not like the guy Donatello will just fool you and stuff like that. I don't think he really would or anything like that. And I like the weapons and stuff like that. That's something I want to get into because I think the weapons really match the style. Like you have Mikey. Mikey have the nunchucks. I will talk about Mikey in just a second. Mikey with the nunchucks, and then you also have Leonardo with the katana swords, and then you also have Raphael with the dagger things or something like that. I can't remember those dagger things or something. I don't know. I can't remember what they're called. And then you also have Donatello. He has his own pole stick, you know, kind of like a monk, basic kind of way. That's what it basically feels like. And last but not least, actually, I will say not last but not least, is basically Michelangelo, or they call him Mikey. I think Michelangelo, basically as a person made in his movie and stuff, he's kind of like a Joker kind of guy. He likes comedy, so he likes to have fun. He likes to get impressions and stuff. But one thing I really definitely do think is basically is that I think Michelangelo is a very very important character basically the group with the trolls because he always helps his brothers. He always does. He never lets his brothers really down or anything like that. He's always there for his brothers, and sometimes when it comes to his mostly that's just basically how he is. That's what basically feels like. And let's not forget, the Turtles do love pizza, but not just much as Michelangelo. Michelangelo loves pizza. Everybody loves pizza, but like I said, he's not one of my favorite characters, but he's right up there, right up to one of my favorites. But I do respect the guy. I really do. Now let's talk about Shredder. Shredder is basically this guy that you can't see what he really actually looked like and stuff like that. One thing I'm not saying I'm disappointed or anything like that. One thing I really want to say is that they really don't. He really doesn't speak English really all that much. I think he speaks Japanese. I'm not so sure. I cannot remember. But you can't understand what he speaks Japanese really all that much. I wish they translate that. I wish they did, but however they really didn't do it and stuff like that. But even though Shredder is basically Shredder, he's basically the guy, like based on what he is and stuff like that. And trying to get a revenge of the turtles. I want to say the overall base of this film, based on the foot soldiers, or I would say the Foot Clan, it doesn't really fit really that base of that motive basically into the film because I like the older version of the film because you see like a whole bunch of teenagers or kids or anything like that wants to be a part of this, wants to be a part of this, and so they get to do whatever they want, go play video games or anything like that, whatever it is, it's basically stuff. I think it's a really good point about what they made for the old movie. This is that. If some people want to say they prefer the old movies, hey, I respect that. I respect that, but I respect it. I do love the old movies. The old movies are very good. A lot of action packed also well too, but I prefer both. I prefer the Michael Bay films and the classics because I definitely do think that they are good. And now the last character I definitely do want to talk about is basically Splinter. Splinter basically being a rat, and it's basically what he really actually is. And so, and when I first watched this, I had to watch this movie a couple of times to get an idea about what Splinter actually is like. Splinter is it seems like he doesn't really look like he's really all that aggressive, basically in that kind of nature that he is from the classics of the movie. He doesn't really actually is and stuff like that, but he seems like he's kind of like a firm kind of guy. But one thing I like about the film is that he's a lot more tougher. He's a lot more tougher than the classic. And that can be a good thing. Sometimes that can be a bad thing because I usually don't like Splinter being so mean. But when I kind of watched the movie a couple of times of his character, I begin to understand like how much he's really actually being so mean or anything like that. But I think he's just trying to just look out for his sons and stuff like that. And that's all he's just really trying to do, trying to teach them basic training and stuff like that. And that's all I really actually do. And I definitely do respect that. Basically, I definitely do. But I still go on. Basically, the fact is that it's just that I'm not saying I don't like Splinter being so tough, but sometimes you have to be so tough. Basing it tough love. You when it comes to your family or friends, whatever it may be, is basically stuff. Now I really do not know if this movie if Splinter did die. I don't think he did. I'm not so sure. I'm not 100% for sure. I do believe there are some comments on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's something I may be thinking about maybe getting. I'm not really so sure, but I've heard rumors that there's supposed to be a movie called The Last Ronin of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I do believe. I don't know where they're going to do with that film. I'm kind of on the fence of basically with that one, and I'm really hoping Michael Bay doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying like doesn't take the film, but I'm hoping that he doesn't, and I'm hoping maybe it's something else. But if it happens to be Michael Bay, basically the producer of this film, then I guess I'll try to give it a try, something like that. But like I said, for I don't want people to really think, yeah, I hate Michael Bay or anything like that. I really don't. He has some really good films, but some people just tend to criticize him really a lot. If I had to get a rating for this film, I have to give a rating a 8 out of 10. It's like I said before, it's a definitely good movie. It's not a perfect movie, but I definitely do like the roles that basically what they're playing into this movie, and I definitely that's a very good thing. That's a very good positive stuff like that. Now the second movie, I will be doing a review of that because I never have seen the second movie, so I probably may need to go a little bit more deeper with that, basically with that one. But a lot of people say, well, that was one of the most bad points of the films that Michael Bay did and stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, that's it for my review. You guys great review. You guys think it's a good movie, bad movie? I really kind of curious what you guys have to say. So yeah, anyways, it's Anoix. I'll see you guys later. Take care. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, and please hit the notification bell also to let me know you guys watch my videos. Like I said, just give me a thumbs up or just give me a thumbs down. Doesn't matter. Leave me comments below and tell me what you guys think about the film. So yeah, anyways, it's Anoix, and I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you have one day. Take care. God bless. Remember, you slowly. I love you guys. Please stay. And remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.